Hey everybody, my name's Gene. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. I've been in the business for about 15 years. In that time, I can assure you I have filled probably 50, 60 sketchbooks. I started drawing when I was really young, when I was 3, and this is the absolute best that I can possibly do. I'm so good. Look at this art on the walls behind me. Actually, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I have filled lots and lots of sketchbooks, and one of the things that I like to do to some of my sketchbooks is to add bookmarks. And this is just so I can get back and reference some of the images. Well, nowadays it's more of like concept design and comic book art and things like that. And I can reference the images when I'm doing explorations for characters or buildings or something. I can be like, okay, this is the actual one that I want to use when I'm actually sitting down to draw it. So I'm going to show you today how to add bookmarks, and you can add several of them if you want, to your existing spiral bound journal. So let's get started. It's real easy. So I tend to favor the spiral bound notebooks, and these are real easy to add bookmarks to. Obviously, I've had this journal for quite a long time. As you can see, it's, from when I was younger, drawing some comics, just doing some learning how to draw, basically. But the principles are the same when you're scrapbooking, if you have like a diary, of just adding some bookmarkers. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some ribbon, and sometimes it might be best if you use, a couple different thicknesses of ribbon. I like the thin ones when I'm adding bookmarks, just so it doesn't get in the way, it doesn't get folded over, and to me it just looks neater. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end of ribbon, and I'm going to leave about 2-3 inches off the edge. Well, maybe that's like 5 or 6. I'm going to go across one time, and then I'm going to pull that down, go across a second time, and I'm going to leave another, maybe 6 inches, and give that a cut. Okay, I'm going to push this out of the way. Now, I would generally do this with 3 or 4 ribbons, so I can have a couple of different bookmarks. And maybe if you want, different colors, this way it'll help you signify different things, different thicknesses of bookmarks, just to change it up a little bit, however you want to do it. But the main point is, the great thing with these spirals, and even in some of the scrapbooking spirals, like they'll have spirals inside and then have a cover over the spirals, and that usually works, it looks even better, because when you put the ribbon through the spiral, like I'm doing here, if you have a cover over the spiral, like there's a like a book cover over the entire thing, then the ribbon will be blocked out and you won't see these crazy ribbons just sticking out the bottom. But again, what you want to do is just feed the ribbon straight through the spirals. Sometimes it cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. Just take your time with it. Sometimes it also helps to hold the book up. And that's what I'm going to do here, and let gravity do some of this work for me. Okay, if it's not working as well that way, here's what you do. Wrap it once around a pen, and you can even stuff it under the cap of a pen. So we put this under the cap, put the cap over the ribbon, and close it, and then watch this. Right through. So there's a couple of techniques. You can flick it, and it goes right through. Bam, now you're done. Pull it out of the cap, and you're all the way through. So the reason we left it this much room is because I want to tie this. You can tie it to the bottom one, you can tie it to the second or third one, but you want to tie it a little bit down. You don't want to tie it to the top one, because as you pull it down, the top one will get pulled up and eventually it'll mess up your spirals. And in fact, I think I'm going to do this one to the third from the bottom. So the reason that you want to tie it to the bottom, if you look here, when I pull the ribbon over from the center, this puts all the pressure on this top spiral. Now, this is good because as you close the book, the top spiral is not going to collapse on itself, because you're moving the book back and forth, and that's going to keep this the shape. Whereas if you attached it to the top here, it would be pulling this part up and pushing this part down, and that would make the spiral do this and collapse on your book. But since we've tied it so far down, if you can see, there's very little pressure, if any at all, being applied to that bottom ring where we actually have it tied, and that's because it's being taken up all right here. So then you find whatever page that you want to bookmark, just lay the bookmark down, close it up, and if you have 4 or 5 different bookmarks, it's hanging out the bottom here quite nice, so you can just grab the bottom, and if you do it in different colors, you can grab whichever color you want that you know goes to the corresponding page, pull it over to the side, give it a little flip, and you've got your little scrapbook ribbon. That's all there is to it. Like I said, you can color code these, you can add as many as you want. It's very helpful for just keeping your sketchbooks organized, because if you're anything like me, a lot of the pages in your sketchbooks will be not wasted space because you needed to have your brain work through those drawings in order to get to the good drawings, but an easy way to just keep everything organized so that when you have the final, or at least the exploration that you want to go with, you can get right to it without having to flip through. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.